Homework 9, question 1. Suppose W of t is a stochastic process with EW of t equal to 0 and RW of t1, t2 equal to alpha multiply minimum of t1, t2. Definition: yt is equal to W of t minus Wt minus 1 for every t larger than 1 and 0 for t less than 1. The first is to ask to find E of y of t, which we can easily plug in this function into this part, and we got the expectation of Wt minus 1, and we have already know that expectation of W of t is equal to 0, so this part is equal to 0. And second, we need to find Ry t1 t2, and we just use a function. Ry t1 t2 is equal to expectation of y of t1 multiplied y of t2, which we can also use this part of function, plug in this part, and we got an expectation of Wt1 minus Wt1 minus 1 and multiply Wt2 minus Wt2 minus 1. And we just divide it into 4 parts, and as shown below, expectation of Wt1 multiply Wt2 minus Wt1 multiply Wt2 minus 1 minus Wt1 minus 1 multiply Wt2 add Wt1 minus 1 multiply Wt2 minus 1. And from this part, we can easily to find this for r of r function, and we can get the for function like this: Rwt1 t2, this part, Rwt1 t2 minus 2 t2 minus 1, Rwt1 t1 minus 1 t2, Rwt1 minus 1 t2 minus 1. And we can use the function we have already know in the question. Rwt1 t2 equal to alpha multiply minus minimum of t1 and t2, and we can just divide it into 4 parts. And for this function, we need to consider for 4 conditions. The first one is, well, t1 is larger than t2 and t1 minus 1 also larger than t2. And for this part, for this condition, the first part we got t2, the second part we got t2 minus 1, the third part we got t2, the fourth part we got t2 minus 1. And we have add them up, we got for this condition Ry t1 t2 is equal to 0. And the second condition is, well, t1 larger than t2, t1 minus 1 is smaller than t2. On the first part we got t2, and second part we got t2 plus t2 minus 1, third part we got t1 minus 1, the fourth part we got t2 minus 1. And we have that map, we got alpha multiply 1 minus t1 plus t2. And for the third condition, t2 larger than t1, t2 minus 1 is larger than t1, which is quite equally similar with the first condition, and they're both equal to 0. And for the last one, we have already know that the t2 is larger than t1 and t2 minus t1 is smaller than t1. And we have the first part is t1, second part t2 minus 1, the third part t1 minus 1, the fourth part t1 minus 1. And add them up, we got this function. And from that, we have already know, suppose tau is equal to t1 minus 2, and Ry of tau is equal to 0, while tau is larger than 1, and equal to alpha multiply 1 minus absolutely of tau, when tau is smaller than 1. And after that, we have already known that y of t is WSS.